Hey Nick, Mario Day is almost here. Are you excited? Are you ready for it?
I think I am. I think I am.
All right, I think I am too, because I wanted to talk about what could possibly happen on this day, including if anything will even happen on this day. Because Nintendo's been a little bit weird with Mario Day, in that they've been celebrating for I think around 8-9 years at this point, but some years have almost nothing, some years have a lot. Like last year they announced the Mario movie 2 was coming. And you know, among a few other things. And this year, we've already had a few Mario Day announcements, including discounts on games, contests for Epic Universe, with Super Nintendo World being there, among a few other things, like the new Cloud Top Cruiser, which, by the way, I know the person who named that, which is a fun little tidbit. So yeah, what are we thinking? Before we get to our predictions, is there even going to be anything else? Nick, what do you think?
I mean, they did show off a lot already. Like, they showed off the discounts, they showed off the jet, they showed off, I think that might just be about it. Like, there's a few little things they showed off, but again, like, my expectations aren't too high, but who knows, they could come out of nowhere and just surprise us with something big.
Yeah, I mean, this can go either way with Nintendo. There could be absolutely nothing, since they've already announced some of the plans. That might just be it. Plans and planes. I'm sorry. But at the same time, I was looking at the history of Mario Day, and Nintendo's really been stepping it up in recent years. 2023 and 2024 in particular were both very strong, with Mario movie being mentioned both times. You know, we had the final trailer the first time, the second time being 2024, I mean. We had the confirmation of the Mario movie 2 again, among a few other announcements as well. I think we also got the release dates for, I think, Thousand Year Door.
Paper Mario, and then Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, I believe.
That's
and then on top of that, I think we also got like Lego sets revealed. Like that's right. Something that I could see here happening, because I haven't been following the Lego sets too much, because I'm more of like a minifigure kind of guy instead of the large Mario figure kind of guy. But I'm hoping that we can get something more in line with the minifigs at some point. But who knows? Maybe they'll show that off here on Monday.
You want to talk about large Marios? Have you seen my stuffed Mario back there? He's pretty big.
That's a big boy.
So I'm kind of thinking, like, so this comes at a weird time, right? I mean, in both good and bad ways. One, it's also Mario's 40th anniversary this year, which I think is a compelling reason for why they may have something more to come. But on the other hand, we had the Switch 2 event coming up in just under a month, which means we're obviously not going to be getting any game announcements here. I think. I mean, at most, I would guess would be like an NSO drop, but we just had that like a day or two ago with Donkey Kong 94 and Mario's Picross. So I can't imagine any game announcements coming. But then again, given the trajectory of 2023 and 2024 with Mario movie, I'm thinking maybe this is a good time. We're just under a year out, or just over a year out from Mario movie 2 releasing, unless it gets delayed. We've had news of the two previous ones. I am thinking we're gonna get something Mario movie here. Just keep the gravy train rolling, right? It's worked out well for them so far. But I also don't think we're gonna get a trailer or anything. I still think it's too soon. We didn't get a trailer for the first movie until 6 months before it released, and we're still a year out. So I don't think we're gonna get a trailer. But I do think we could get something along the lines of casting announcements, because it was a year and a half before the first movie that we found out who was voicing the main characters. This time we have no idea. I mean, obviously we know the main cast still, but there's gonna be new characters too, right? Maybe Paul, or maybe Daisy, maybe Rosalina, maybe other characters, and assuming they are here, we don't know who's voicing them. So I think this is gonna be a good opportunity to give us a heads up, who's, you know, what characters we could expect, who's voicing them this time, and maybe even some like concept art or early stills from the movie or maybe even like a quick scene, for instance. I don't know, what do you think?
Yeah, I think the movie bet is like the best possible outcome that we can get. And when they did show off the casting, I don't think they had concept art for any of the characters.
No.
I think it was like an icon of whatever that actor was playing. So it was like a Mario icon or a Toad icon or like a Bowser icon. But yeah, like concept art and maybe a voice actor for Waluigi or Wario or Daisy or Pete. Or we have Peach, but Daisy or Pauline or Rosalina. Like, I think that is definitely plausible. And like you said, this is just such a weird timing for all of this. We have Xenoblade coming out on March 20th, and then a week after that, we have the Switch 2 event. So it's just such an odd time to have the Mario Day. And then on top of that, it is the 40th anniversary. So like, if we're going to see something big, maybe they are just going to wait until the Switch 2 event or later this year. But then again, like, they've been doing much of a better job with Mario Day over the past several years. So it definitely could see something happening besides all these discounts or these smaller celebrations for Mario.
Yeah, I feel like it just makes sense to keep that trend going. You know, like keep Mario Day in the mind of people. Especially like they've announced some stuff already so far, but I don't think it's like none of that's going to reach like the broader gaming sphere. I feel like, right? Like, you know, people do Nintendo fans, but I feel like I haven't heard anyone myself talk about Mario Day really yet, based on what's been announced so far. So I think, yeah, having like some kind of Mario Movie 2 announcement would make so much sense, especially because they are going to have to start gearing up marketing for this thing. I mean, going by the first movie's timeline, you know, we'll probably get the first trailer 6 months before, and that's 6 months from now or so. And I think they'd want to get some more news out there beforehand. Maybe not, I don't know. But I just think it makes sense to have like some kind of like video announcement on Monday. Now, I was looking at previous years, because the weird timing with this is, you know, they're unlikely to announce it on Sunday, which is Japan's Monday. Yep. Because by the time they release a video here, it's basically already the 11th in Japan, assuming they release it in the morning. And that sounds a little bit weird, but that's exactly what happened last year. They released the Mario Movie 2 announcement at 8 a.m. our time, or my time, and that was almost the next day in Japan. So I don't think that factors in too much. So I think this is still likely to happen, or at least possible to happen, I should say. And I hope it does. I'm wearing the Mario Movie shirt right now. I've got the Mario Movie figurine right here. I need my Mario Movie 2 news, you know? So...
Yeah, it's gonna happen at some point. This is the perfect time to do it. Just something so small to kind of just hold us over till Xenoblade, till the Switch 2 event, and then we can talk about the Switch 2 for several months, and then start the marketing hype for the Mario Movie 2, because they do have a release date for it already, right?
Yeah, April 4th, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah,
or
and
April
that
3rd.
seems Yeah, and that's gonna fly by, because I know it's not this year, it's next year. We have the Switch 2 coming up. It's like, okay, we have to know some stuff about this movie. So yeah. I mean. So what are your hopes? Like, do you have any thoughts of who you want to play? Any new characters? I guess, what new characters do you want to come into this movie?
I actually really want Daisy. I'm not historically the biggest Daisy fan, but she has been growing on me over, you know, recent years. And I think she'd be a fun addition to the Mario universe. Like, get someone like really kind of spunky in there. I mean, Peach, to some degree, you know, is spunkier than she normally is in the movie, and I like that. But I feel like they could do something unique with Daisy and really make her like a fun, you know, not counter entirely, but like you know, someone to bounce off of, either for Peach or, you know, have her be off with Luigi doing their own thing. Who knows what? There's any number of ideas they could go with. But I think having Daisy could be a really fun addition. So, you know, I mentioned Rosalina as a possibility earlier too. I think it's a little bit too soon for her, even though they did kind of tease her in the first movie. I'm fine with holding her back. But, you know, then there's the Koopalings potentially. Like, if they had the Koopalings here, that's 7 voice actors they had to get through. That'd be more than the first movie. And that'd be amazing. I would love to see that.
Yeah, my plot for movie 2 revolves around the Koopalings, actually. And Bowser Jr. So, at the end of Mario Movie 1, I'll be quick with this. End of Mario Movie 1, we see Bowser, and he's super tiny, right? So, like, my theory for the next movie is that they're trying to find Yoshi's family, because at the very end, after the credits, we do see Yoshi. So maybe Yoshi is trying to go reunite with his family somewhere, and they have to bring Bowser alongside with them. So like Bowser's in a little cage alongside maybe Toad or Mario, and then the Koopalings are also hunting down Bowser because that's part of their family too. So I can see something like that happening for the plot of the movie. But yeah, having 7 actors for the Koopalings and possibly like Bowser Jr. Oh my god, like they would have to tell us that at some point.
They would, and I almost wonder they would give us like a little tidbit to explain their existence, right? Because in the first movie, didn't hint at either of their existences at all. So, you know, was he married before? Did they have an estranged? Maybe, I don't know. You know, like, maybe, is he a single dad now? Who knows what's going on? But I would love if they gave us like a little bit of context for that. But also, you brought up a point too, Yoshi. If he talks in this movie, he's gonna need a voice actor too, right? Unless he's screaming Yoshi all the time, which he did in the first movie at the very end, but...
I didn't even think about Yoshi, giving a voice actor to Yoshi. I have no idea who you cast as Yoshi. I have no idea either.
Yeah, and to your question earlier, I don't know who you cast for any of these guys, right? No. I mean, I think if you have 7 Koopalings, you can have a lot of fun with them, right? Like, you can have, you know, Danny DeVito voicing one of them for no reason. Why not? They have deep voices. Who else could you get? I don't know. Get Mike Myers in there. He could be funny. Adam Sandler, why not? Like, you have a lot of funny characters voicing them. So, but yeah,
have some crossover from like Sonic. Bring over like Keanu Reeves as one of the Koopalings for no reason.
Oh my god, you get Keanu Reeves, that would be through the roof. That'd be amazing. Yeah, and we still have 3 left to get through, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that's what's great. Not King Bowser Jr. Yoshi, I have no freaking idea. I mean, I guess, you could... I feel like, I don't know if you mentioned it, I think you mentioned Tails, but like Tails' voice actor might be a good fit for Yoshi. Yeah. Maybe that'd be too much Sonic crossover, but Yoshi did talk in the Mario World cartoon, so there is some precedent for it, and he had like a very young voice there. I hope they don't go that young with him, even though he is literally a baby, seemingly, but... I don't know.
I don't know how you cast Yoshi. I don't know what age you make Yoshi, because like even going back, like you said, like in the cartoon, he had a voice in that, and then the original like Super Mario Bros. The live action one, I think he was just a dinosaur. He didn't talk at all.
Right. I wonder if I guess maybe there's a middle ground here. Maybe you do have a voice actor, but they're literally just shouting the same lines Yoshi always has. Yoshi! Yoshi! Just in a, just something different from the voice samples we have from Nintendo from the last 30 years or whatever. Yeah. I don't know, and I'm trying to think of any other characters they could add. I mean, there's a lot they could pull from. There's Wario and Waluigi, of course.
Yep.
I personally don't really want them in the movie. I mean, they could.
Do you not want them at all, or do you not want them like until like movie 3 or 4, like later? Down
not
the
till
line?
later. But I feel like that's a possible jump the shark moment, right? And the Mario series is gonna jump the shark. I don't want it to happen until later because they're fine in the context of the Mario games, but they're weird, right? They're weird characters.
They are weird,
and also the fact that they look like Mario and Luigi to some degree. It's like, how do you even explain that? Maybe they can make them look more unique in the movie. I mean, they would almost have to. Like, you can't have Wario smiling the entire time, like the Joker or something, right? So I don't know.
Is, you have Spike from the previous movie, so like, is he even going to be coming back into this one? And again, like, you have to explain how they look like Mario and Luigi, like how they're related, I guess, in some way. Like,
exactly.
There's just so many other things you have to go about. So, and on top of that, you said they're just weird characters, especially when you go into the Wario games. He's just a bizarre guy.
Yeah, and I love that. I love that in the games, but the movie actually does try to make it have some logic to it, and I have trouble figuring out how that would work. Maybe they figured out, they nailed the first movie in my opinion, so maybe they'll nail it in the second one if Wario and Waluigi are there. In any case, Danny DeVito. You have to cast Danny DeVito as Wario, right? That's a guarantee.
Yeah, you have
if he's
to.
in it, so. Alright, anything else about the second movie you think they could possibly tease here, or...
I like you said, I think it's just going to be very basic.
Yeah.
Maybe concept art, or I don't even know if they're going to show concept art, because like you said, we got the characters, and then would we get the poster after that, and then we got the trailer.
Wait,
and it was a long gap, it felt like, right?
Yeah, the poster came out like just a few days before the trailer, I believe, if I remember correctly. Yeah.
So like I mean, and that's the thing, we're already over that shock factor of this world, or what Mario's gonna look like, or what Chris Pratt's gonna be voicing Mario. So like we're already over that. So like concept art, or maybe a poster or something. I can see us seeing that here, right?
That's a good one. A poster would make a lot of sense because it wouldn't reveal too much, but it could tease some of the new worlds we'll be exploring, because obviously we'll be going to new places here. Some of the concept art teased a possible desert setting or a town setting of some kind. So that'd be fun to see more fleshed out. So yeah, I think a poster would make a lot of sense. Like I could see them announcing the voice actors, giving us a first glimpse of the movie with a poster, and then calling it a day until October probably. So.
Yeah, and then later, like you said, like October, that's when they maybe do like the drastic character change, right? Because they made a huge deal over like the Donkey Kong change. Like Miyamoto's like, oh, this is Donkey Kong. This is how he looked like back then, but we're going to use this design for the movie.
Yep, exactly. Bingo. So here's hoping. That's the thing I want most here. But moving beyond Mario Movie 2, assuming there is even anything happening on Mario Day, what else do you think there could possibly be announced on this day?
So we actually have Epic Universe opening up soon, right? In the next like month or two. It's opening up soon in Florida. So we already know the ride's coming there because they've already been in other Universal parks around the world. So my thought is, even though it's not Mario exactly, I'm thinking maybe that rumored Luigi's Mansion ride they can tease, or maybe tease another expansion that's Mario related to the park. Even though I think people are expecting Zelda next, but like I said, there was somewhat rumblings of a Luigi's Mansion ride or something.
Yeah.
So maybe they tease some kind of ride coming in the next like few years or so.
I love that idea. I mean, that you actually probably have a good point in general. I think if there is something on Monday, Super Nintendo World will absolutely be a part of it, because they're opening up the a bigger version here in the States for the first time, with 3 rides opening just a couple months after this Mario Day.
Yeah.
And it'll make so much sense to start, talking more about that. I mean, they've already shown off a lot, but it would make sense to at least mention it again. I don't know if they would tease a new ride, but I would love if they did, because there has been rumblings, as you were suggesting, that they are planning expansions pretty rapidly here. So that could be a great time to at least tease a future for Super Nintendo World, if not specifically what the ride is. So.
Yeah, so again, like Luigi's Mansion, I know people want the Zelda stuff, but that wouldn't be tied into Mario Day. No. So maybe another Mario-specific ride, or maybe, I don't know, I feel like they are going to bring up the park in some way, even though we already seen these rides online or in person, because it's opening so soon in Florida, so they are going to mention it again. But yeah, besides that, what are your other hopes for Mario Day?
Okay, so I'm going to undermine myself a little bit, because I said they weren't going to make any game announcements.
Oh,
but...
Wait, I think our butts might be the same butt.
Yeah, it might be the same butt. All right, let me know. Actually, it's going to be 35 butts, or 40 butts in this case, because I think they could bring back Mario 35 as Mario 40, given it's the 40th anniversary of Mario. Be the exact same game, just with 5 more people playing it. And that's my hope. Is that your butt too, or no?
That's not mine. Okay. I have a different butt, but I do like that butt. Yeah, I mean, that's been gone for how many years now?
Almost 5, years? Or I guess 4 years roughly. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's insane. So bring back something like that, and just change it from 35 players to 40. That doesn't seem too difficult to do. So
they have 99 players in F-Zero, so of course they can figure it out. Or even Tetris, which is the closer one. So I think that'd be a really easy, fun way of celebrating the day. Now, if it doesn't happen here on March 10th, then I expect it to come later in the year. The first game launched in October, I believe, which is almost right around the actual 40th anniversary of Super Mario Brothers. So that might make more sense to hold off on it. But yeah, I am predicting that to happen this year regardless. So
if that actually does happen, how many years do you think that's going to stick around for? Is it going to be a limited time thing?
It'll be limited time, yeah. I could see the same 6-month period as before, maybe a year to celebrate the full year. I mean, I actually, if it launches on March 10th, I would say a year, because then that runs through the full proper anniversary. If it launches later in the year, it could be the 6 months again, but I'd be happy they stuck with a year regardless. So I mean, I'd be happy if they stuck around forever, but
yeah, right. But that timeline kind of works with the Mario movie too, right? And whatever they're trying to push after that. So maybe the year, maybe the 6 months. Yeah, I can see that actually happening. Because our last 99 game, our big game, was like F-Zero, right? Like for NSO.
Correct. Yeah.
So I mean, they have to be doing some more of these 99 games or 35 or whatever it may be, these battle royale type of games.
Right.
But yeah, I can totally see that happening.
So what's your butt? I gotta hear your butt now.
So my butt...
Not Ace Ventura style, though.
So my butt is... I could see this happening because, again, we have Xenoblade coming out on the 20th. We have the Switch 2 Direct on April 2nd. So to kind of fill in the gap, to hold us over a little bit longer, I could see it being tied into NSO Online, if you have a membership, is possibly Mario Party DLC. It sounds crazy.
Oh my god.
I know. It sounds crazy, but again... Super Mario Party and Mario Party Superstars did not get DLC whatsoever. There was that random online update for, for Super Mario Party or something like that. That just was... Right? Didn't that happen?
Yeah, it added online years after it came out.
Yeah, so even though Jamboree it's not even a year old, just something to kind of like hold us over. Maybe bring back previous maps from Super Mario Party or Mario Party Superstars, and then please tweak the Jamboree buddies. Like I want that tweaked so much, because I don't think they've updated the game at all since release.
No, I don't think they have, and if they did, it was something super minor. No, I actually love that idea. If they announced, what a great way to celebrate Mario's 35th and Mario Day with new party content for Mario Party. Yeah, it's genius. That's such a good idea. I'm hesitant only because they've never done DLC before outside of the random online update, which is great, but I would love it. Like if there were time to add Mario Party DLC, like now's it, like it's presumably the last Mario Party game on Switch. Like why not blow it out, especially with it having Jamboree in the title. Let's Mario Party Jamboree. Let's truly make this a Jamboree, a true party, and I would love that. I'd be cool with even leading into it being Mario's 40th and do some kind of like celebration board for it, like Mario Party, right? So
yeah, like just one board. Maybe it's just like Mario's head, like 8-bit head or something. You're playing on that, and it just says, "Oh, let's celebrate Mario's party" or something like that. Like just something easily that they can tie in to hold us over until the Switch 2, which is only a few weeks. So
that's a great idea. That's a really good idea. I want that now more than anything.
Yeah.
Well, that besides Mario Movie 2, that's like second in line. Well, that's gonna make my final idea sound super lame by comparison.
Oh no.
and it is getting back to the idea of like the 35 and 99 games. It would be a theme for Tetris 99, like just a 40th anniversary theme. That again could come out later in the year too. But I think it's possible, if not likely, that Tetris 99 gets another Mario theme just themed to its anniversary for Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, and that one seems totally plausible, right? Because
Yeah.
there's still, I haven't played Tetris 99 in such a long time. The more recent one I've played is F-Zero 99. But with Tetris 99, I feel like they're still adding themes to that, right? Like,
oh, yeah.
whatever game's coming out, like, they'll be like, oh, here's just a theme for, maybe they're not doing it for Xenoblade X, but, oh, here's a Xenoblade X theme or something like that.
Donkey Kong Returns going recently, yeah.
Oh, see, and that's just like a port. So, I mean, if you're doing it for that, yeah, why not do it for Mario's birthday?
Bingo, I fully agree. So, anything else you have for us, Nick, there?
I think that's about it, because again, like, maybe, like I said, maybe a Lego set announcement, because that's super baseline and they've been keeping going with these Lego sets pretty well.
I could see that.
But yeah, outside of that, I mean, our big hopes: the Mario movie, the DLC, the Mario 40 game, just something else besides all the discounts and things they've already showed over the previous week. And it was a little odd that they already had the NSO games before the actual Mario Day, because last year I think they did it on Mario Day.
Maybe it just worked out timing-wise. Maybe Mario Day was on Thursday or around that time.
That must have been, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it would have made sense. And they didn't even mention Mario Day, I don't think, in the release of these games, which they totally could have, which is very strange. But I will say, between taking all our predictions together, for what, I still think it's possible to get something on Mario Day. I really hope we do. I hope Nintendo doesn't ignore it, because I really like some of our ideas. I think the ones that are most likely, in my opinion, let me know what you think.
Yeah.
I mean, it might just be my bias showing. Obviously, I want Mario Movie 2 stuff. I think it makes sense given the last 2 years has had that. So, Mario Movie 2, or Mario Movie stuff in general, I meant in the past 2 years. So, Mario Movie 2, I think your Lego idea is a strong one. And also, I think your Super Nintendo World one makes a ton of sense to Epic Universe. Those are the three things most likely, I think.
Yeah, I agree with those, because those have precedence. Like, we've seen those happening in the past. Like, any game stuff, I don't think we really have seen on Mario Day, right? Like, besides, like, the NSO stuff?
No, I don't think so.
I guess the release date, because last year they're like, oh, here's like Thousand Year Door remake release date, or Luigi's Mansion 2 HD release date. Exactly,
yeah. I don't think Mario has ever had much in the way of like big gaming announcements, and I think that's fine. And that's why I don't think the Switch 2 event is really that big of a deal when it comes to affecting Mario Day, just because they typically haven't announced anything huge that day anyway. So, but I will be happy if there's Mario Party DLC here as an exception. So
I would love that.
It'd be so good. All right, Nick, I think it's gonna wrap up for us here. So, real quick, what do you think the odds of something happening on Mario Day is right now? Are you feeling more favorable or less favorable toward it?
More favorable, like you said, like the Lego, the movie, something small that we've seen in the past happening. So.
There's a lot going on in the Mario space. I'm a little bit leaning more likely now. I think we have some solid ideas that make sense. And, of course, knowing Nintendo, that almost means it won't make sense for them. But here's hoping it does. But I think there is a logic to it. And I think with the continuing momentum of Mario Day, it just makes so much sense to announce something here. Or at least, give us something more here. Especially, again, with, Switch 2 coming up. Mario Movie 2 just a little over a year away. Super Nintendo World around the corner. Again, it just makes so much sense. So here's hoping we get something, Nick.
I'm hoping. Something more than just like a mobile thing or something. Something a little big. Come on.
Yeah. Hey, I would even take a mobile Mario game at this point if they.
Okay, I actually like Mario Run, so I'll take a Mario Run. Actually, maybe they'll do an event for Mario Run, which I haven't played in a while, but I do like that game.
It's possible. I do too. I think it's still my favorite of their mobile games. So
yeah.
All right, everyone, let's go wrap up for us here. So thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below what you think are our predictions, and if you think anything will even happen on Mario Day itself being this Monday. If it does, we'll be there, so stay tuned. Nick, where can people follow you at?
Yeah, so you can follow me here on GameXplain. I've been doing shorts for the channel for some time now. Also, my own channel, which is Steftendo. That's like my last name, S-T-E-F, and then Nintendo, T-E-N-D-O. You can find my stuff over there. But yeah.
And you can find links to all that in the description below. Otherwise, stay tuned here on GameXplain for, again, hopefully more news on Mario Day. And if not, whatever else we have going on. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll catch you later. Bye.